Hey everyone, welcome to Collector Chatter. In today's episode, we're going to just talk about all things collectibles. We got a mix of stuff that we want to talk about. It's a new year, there's a lot of cool stuff. We want to talk about cards, Funko, Thrilljoy, bunch of stuff. Can't wait to talk about it.
Collecting is the way.
Now sit back for the thrill as we bring you some joy.
Now let's chat.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Collector Chatter. This is episode 121. I'm Migs here with Trey and Charlie. We're back again. We can't wait to talk to you guys about all things collectibles. We're going to talk a mix of stuff this time because now we're incorporating different things. We're incorporating the cards because we love trading cards now all of a sudden. We got Trey on board. If you didn't watch that short, he's putting up stuff too. So yeah, look at those boxes back there. If you're watching here on YouTube, if you're not, come over to YouTube. If you're just listening to us on the podcast stuff. But yeah, we are very excited because unlike some of the other episodes, it's not just going to be Funko. We do have some Funko talk. We have a little bit of Thrilljoy talk, of course. But we're going to get into some other things. And like I said, some card stuff as well, which kind of got us excited. But I don't even know where to start because we have a little bit of a topic.
We have a lot.
Over the place.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Is there anything you guys think we should start with?
Trey, what do you want to start off with the WWE cards?
Let's
start off with the cards.
Let's go with the WWE.
There.
Yeah, we're going straight there. This is how we're going to start off the new year with the new WWE cards. Now, you guys have known that I wasn't a big card collector, but as within the last few weeks, I have purchased some cards and shorts are coming for that. Now, Topps did announce that they are going to have their new WWE, I believe they're the Chrome ones, right?
Yep, Chrome.
January 31st is when they're dropping.
Yep.
I'm more excited, honestly, after seeing it, is the one-of-one finish the story of Cody Rhodes. I'm excited for that.
It's 101.
Trey would open it and be like,
dude, yeah.
Like,
knowing me,
I wish I had a card.
Dude, knowing me, I'd be like, oh, cool. You know what I mean? But I'm truly excited now. Like, seeing stuff like that, obviously the odds of getting it is,
very slim.
Very, very slim. But I believe
Trey, you're gonna rip it.
I'm gonna get I'm buying a lot for sure. I already told Jackie I'm buying a lot. I believe there's also I don't know if I have the screenshot, but I believe there's some more wrestlers that also put how Cody Rhodes put finish the story one of one.
Quote.
Quote or something monumental that happened to them. I just don't remember. I don't think I have it anymore. But nonetheless, I am excited for these cards.
Yeah.
Hopefully I get some.
Yeah. I mean, this is definitely sick.
Yeah, they look awesome. I mean, and it's obviously a big debut for the WWE coming over to Topps, Chrome being like their bread and butter line. I mean, I collect way too many things. This is definitely going to be Trey's alley for this, but they look super cool. And WWE, as weird as it may sound, like the more I've gone into collecting cards, sometimes you'd be like, would that be good for a card? But like WWE is perfect for trading cards. All the different characters, all the different wrestlers. I'm excited to see you rip them open.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, sorry. I know you're about to talk, Migs, but I just pulled it up right now on the Instagram. So, of course, they do have the Cody Rhodes, the finish the story. They have Rhea Ripley, but usually it's whenever she talks, it's Rhea Bloody Ripley. And then they have CM Punk, the best in the world, which would be pretty damn. That's 1 of 25. And then they have Shawn Michaels. Usually he just puts Shawn Michaels, but he actually puts HBK, which is, dude.
It's pretty excited. That's cool. That's like a really old picture too of him that they use. So it's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this is definitely the one that we knew would get Trey into this. I mean, me and Charlie have already been in the game specifically with more like baseball, kind of football a little bit, but that's mostly what we've been really going after when it comes to like Chrome and Topps and stuff. But to me, they're one of the best in the game. Like there's obviously Panini and there's Bowman, there's other people, but to me, Topps is always like the best. Chrome is kind of like their big one that they do. They do it for every sport. Like, I mean, you have some Topps UFC Chrome. I do as well. I have F1 Chrome. So like, it's not just like they literally come out with anything.
Disney, baseball.
Yeah,
they're coming
even
out with
Disney was
V-Friends,
crazy.
like everything.
So that's obviously the big one. But I was doing like a little bit of digging and research, but it seems like Topps and WWE did have cards in the past, and that kind of like ended, and like then now they're finally coming back. So it's not like it's the first time, but the fact that it's coming back is kind of a big deal. Like they're really pushing the whole like back together again, they unite, whatever. So obviously they made some big contract, which is huge because WWE right now is massive. I mean, WWE is going to be coming to Netflix right now. We were talking about this before off air, and that's going to make it even more massive, even though it already kind of still is so big. So now we're getting Topps collaborating with them. Obviously, people love getting cards, and if you like WWE, you're gonna love these because you have chances of autographs. You have all these different parallels. You have all these like cool little ones. But honestly, there's some people here I have no idea. Like, who is Gunther? Like, he has this like autograph card. It's like Mark of Champions. It's like a big deal. I have no idea who that guy is.
He's the champion right now, dude.
Oh, see, no idea.
Yeah,
See, we don't watch. We don't really watch.
This is Trey's expertise.
Yeah, me and Charlie don't really watch. Old school back in the day, I watched.
Oh yeah, old school
WWE. But yeah, I mean, at least you're getting some of those, and then you're gonna get some of the older guys, like you said, Shawn Michaels and stuff, and Stone Cold has cards. So it's kind of cool that you're gonna see a little bit of a mix. There's also gonna be, I don't know if you read into this, Trey, there's gonna be like some commemorative like WCW ones that are also mixed in there. So that's pretty cool. Guys from the 80s.
You're going to have to buy a lot of boxes.
That's going to be crazy. It's going to be big.
For real, dude.
They didn't say exactly what is like coming out boxes wise. I know you're kind of new to this, Trey, so be careful. But there are usually, for the most part, there's like a hobby side and there's a retail side. The hobby side is going to cost more, but it's going to kind of guarantee you more hits. But I don't know if they're going to come out with like the blaster boxes and then mega boxes and then the full big boxes. Like those are really expensive, but just get ready.
It's fine. It's fine at this point.
On the 31st, they're all going to drop, and you're going to have to just pick up as much as you can. Because I have a feeling this is going to definitely be popular. And
dude, it is, especially like we talked about coming to Netflix. I think it's also going to bring more people that have probably never seen wrestling, and they'll be like, "Oh, this is live." And that's going to bring more eyeballs. And then, I don't know. I mean, I can go into a deep dive on the whole WWE and Netflix, but like I've seen some screenshots about possible, like, before they had no sponsors. It wasn't like UFC, no sponsors, except for Prime, right? Because Prime is everywhere. But there's rumors that now there's going to be a lot more sponsors on the canvas, basically, which is cool. So
like UFC style.
Yeah, almost like UFC style. So I'm very curious to see how it will affect the cards later on in the month as well.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. I think probably box. I might get some.
I'm gonna get
just dabble in it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a box too.
Yeah.
We're all getting a box.
Yeah, I might have to drop some Anthony money and just just say, oh. Just, you know what? I can't spend nothing in the next few months, but I got it.
There you go.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that's exciting, and it's obviously a big deal for the collecting world if you're a trading card collector. Like I said, I see this being big, and then obviously throughout the year, I'm sure we'll get different versions and different ones because Topps comes out with a lot of different like updates and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, that's kind of like what we really love when it comes to card collecting. And like you saw, Trey recently ripped open some UFC cards, and he has other stuff that he's ripping open. So you're going to see some of that. I'm always getting cards. Charlie's getting cards. I usually don't record because I just want to rip them open. But I'm going to start doing that too because we're going to really just put more content like that out for you guys and let us know if you like it. But obviously that'll be mixed in with all of our other collectibles and vinyl stuff that we collect. But yeah, it's exciting right now. There's F1 stuff. There's 2 different F1 sets that I'm just like, I keep spending money on this stuff. It's insane. I actually just put up a short that has to do with that. My wife definitely yelling at me in the aisle and Target anytime I go to the card aisle because it's like past the registers in my Target, and it's like the gift cards, and then it's in the corner with the ice. and that's where they put our cards.
Good thing you don't live in
she
Texas.
knows I walk, and I just
good thing you don't live in Texas because they don't last. Dude, I know people that
we don't have
know
anything.
it sucks because people know the vendors and they're like, okay, I'm stocking at this time, and they're waiting. Like, it's very hard to get them where I'm at, unless you go to like those small towns.
Yeah. But what's good is you could still get cards online. I order stuff from Target sometimes or directly through Topps.
Me too.
Like on the 31st, you're gonna order that's literally directly through Topps, and they're great. So like, you'll definitely be able to get stuff when it's like a big set and it just comes out. It'll be there. And then usually, if it's like not as popular or sits around, you'll start seeing it on shelves and stuff. So
I'm making a video of this. Will be one of those, but I haven't opened it yet. But Topps.
Oh yeah, Topps now.
Yeah.
But that was like you specifically picked the card, though, right?
Well, you don't know what's in it. Well, you don't know what variant you could get or version of it, but it is Juan Soto's first card as a New York man.
Yeah, it's jackass.
So that's going to be very interesting.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Topps now, if you don't know, Trey, so it's kind of like when something happens, like when Shohei hit the 50-50, they'll make a card right away, and then it'll come out as Topps now. And it's not like part of like a pack. It's like very specific to like a current event or something like that.
I think I've seen something like that where like they're also like WWE. There's like different variants.
They'll probably do that.
They make them for everything.
Yeah, they make them for everything.
I think I've seen something like that. Okay, yeah, well that's pretty cool then.
So obviously once he signed with the Mets, it was like the big signing, obviously. So then they obviously came out with, but like Charlie was saying, there's obviously like different numbered versions or different colors. So like you don't know exactly what you're getting out of that, but you're getting like that card. Like the specific card.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So like you can still go on Topps now and buy stuff that's on Topps now. That's not like super popular, but if you really wanted it, you can grab it for a few bucks or whatever. But yeah, it's exciting. I'm like itching already. I'm always itching to buy some kind of box and rip stuff, and usually it's like towards the weekend because that's when they restock, but I haven't ripped anything in a little while. I have just cards everywhere though. It's kind of crazy. But related to that, Charlie, I want you to talk about this, but this is related to Topps, and this was a drop that happened already. This was a few days ago.
Yeah.
Massive. Massive. If you want to talk about popularity now, and it's a Disney one that came out. So I don't even want to go into it a little bit. I know you kind of were looking into it. I know we both looked at it and were like thinking of getting it, but neither of us got it.
So it was Disney Genesis. I mean, this got so much hype that even like the dish trackers of the world were talking about it. And it was the first of its kind collection where it incorporated Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, like we're all in this collection. And these cards are super limited. I mean, you're getting one of ones, you're getting, one of out of 90. Like, I mean, but here's the kicker about them. The box was one pack of 5 cards for $100. And then they were selling, a bigger box that had 10 packs in it. Those sold out immediately, and you didn't get a discount or anything on it.
No, it was like it was just like a massive amount of boxes in one shot.
And I mean, it crashed the website. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, me and Migs were talking about this before. It was like we both kind of wanted to try to get it, but the one thing that Topps has been doing with some of these like new drops, even talking about the WD, there was no pricing yet. You didn't really know what was being offered. So we found out the moment it launched. But even at that high price, it sold out in seconds. It was insane, unlike anything I've seen since I've quote unquote joined the collecting card world. And even if I was like debating getting it or not, because I did think, I mean, obviously these cards are super, super limited, and you could get massive hits. 5 cards for $100 just seems kind of crazy. Even though you probably had a good chance of getting your value back. But it didn't really matter. I tried to get it, even if I was debating getting it, and I wasn't able to. And I did it immediately. I mean, I had a alarm set on my phone to be on this drop, and didn't get it.
I didn't. I looked right away and then saw the price. I was like, oh, okay, they came out and it's $100, and I'm like, it's 5 cards. I'm like, it's kind of crazy. Like, you got, and granted, so like Charlie didn't say, but they were all numbered. So you did get at least guaranteed, I believe it was 99 is pretty much all the cards were essentially numbered to 99, but there was a few that were even more rare. So obviously those are kind of like what you were trying to get like as a hit. But even at like a card number to 99, like the fact that you were kind of guaranteed it didn't make it at like if it was like normal cards and then you could get one, maybe it'd be more exciting because like you pretty much know you're just buying it to get like an exclusive thing, essentially. I guess kind of the way you look at it. Now, the cards are pretty cool. I'm not like in love with them. They weren't anything super special. They're not like really colored, shiny, anything. They're just like a normal, nice photo of the whoever it is, and it'll say like if they're Marvel or Star Wars or whatever in the corner, and then it's like Genesis in the bottom and their name. So like to me, it was a little too much. But I mean, Disney is hardcore, so like if you're a fan of that, obviously you're gonna get people that are gonna go after it. The 1 of 1 card is a Spider-Man. So like if you were a huge Spider-Man fan, obviously that would be like crazy. But then again, there's like a Darth Vader that's 1 of 5, which I'm sure Charlie would be like, holy
they
shit,
were sick.
So like, you know, it was interesting, but it's cool to see because from what I believe, even the previous big Topps, like Disney 100 was super expensive, sold out really fast too. So these are definitely known to be, like top end things that you got to try to get. Yeah, they're hard to get. And I wish they would come out with more of like a normal set of Disney Topps stuff that just kind of is like the baseball cards or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's always this like crazy exclusive drop that just sells out and you can never get it.
Someone called them the fig pins of cards. That's what they
it looks like fig pins. have you seen them, Trey?
No, I have not. What are they called?
Up, Topps Genesis, Topps Disney Genesis.
They're really sleek and like
they literally
plain.
Look like fig pins. Now that you say that, like I'm looking at the Wolverine one, and I'm like, that literally. I think they made that as a fig pin. And it's like a fig pin on a card, but like they look cool, and I would have loved to have gotten a box. You know, it would have been cool. It would have been nice for content. But like Charlie said, the one that had multiple boxes, pretty much I was either someone grabbing it to flip it because, you know, they were going to be able to flip them for crazy money because they sold out so fast. Or they were maybe a big channel or somebody who's going to like rip boxes and, you know, do stuff on like YouTube or something.
Okay. Gotcha. They kind of remind me of the, what is it? The Marvel Metal cards?
Oh, yeah. Kind of. Topps is coming out with X-Men 97 cards, which I'm assuming will not be hard to get. I definitely want to get some of those.
I'm assuming that would be more the normal type of like these drops that we like. And like there wasn't like autographs in this or anything because there sometimes you get some Disney and certain Marvel cards, whatever, that you have autograph options, right? So I don't know. I think they were really, really cool. But I'm like okay with the fact that I didn't necessarily grab it. I mean, if I had just like a random $100 just sitting around and I was able to grab it, okay. But
yeah, I mean, I agree with you because for me, it's more of the FOMO. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, are they the coolest cards I've ever seen? No. The idea of the cards, I think, is what I liked. That you could get any of those characters. But it's interesting that you bring it up that they've really kept the Disney IP to being kind of just super exclusive. Now we've gotten like Star Wars cards all the time. Like there's Chrome. Like I've even got a few of those, but it's not even like they're not hard to get, but they're not like easy to come by either. They're not just like on the shelves anywhere. Like I was lucky to get them from Target, but then never was able to get them again.
Yeah, I've never seen them. I wanted to grab, like you get them online maybe, but the Star Wars Chrome, I didn't really see them ever anywhere. And I'll see Marvel stuff sometimes, but it's like Upper Deck. Like Upper Deck has Marvel cards that I've seen. So like it's kind of a mix of stuff. But yeah, that's definitely like it's cool to see because I'm sure we'll probably get more or similar type of stuff going forward. But yeah, hopefully they come out with more of like a more accessible type of wave of stuff. That'd be fun if we can get some of those. I mean, they did, like you said, you did it with Star Wars. So, you know, like do more of a Disney one like that too. That'd be good. But let's bring this up because I wanted to. This would probably be the only like real Funko news. I guess we might have a couple little things, but this is a cool one because I did want to bring this up because we've talked about this person a lot and everyone knows him. He's pretty much the biggest thing in the Funko world, right? And it is Tristan from Top Pops. Now, what's cool and interesting about this little thing we're going to talk about is that they came out with a Youtooz of him, and I believe this is his second one.
Yep.
Because I remember a really long time ago, he came out with the other Youtooz, and
he's out of plush pins.
Yeah, and that was like, actually before like Youtooz was like really, really big. Like that was kind of when they were still like, you know, a thing that not too many people knew about. And I always thought it was kind of cool. I was like, wow, this is pretty awesome. He has his own little figure. It was cool. It was like he's got the camera. It's like whatever. He was like perfect to being a content creator. So he came out with another one, another cool looking one as well. And it just got me kind of thinking, and I think we all kind of are on the same page, that it's like the fact that like he has these two Youtooz, he has the plush, he's the biggest face in the Funko community. I mean, like, let's be real, majority of people definitely know who he is, or probably started because of him. I know I'm one of the ones that started watching him, and it was one of the first things I got into Funko. And it just makes you think, like, why is Funko not doing this? Like, why have they not made a pop yet? Right? Like, or a soda, even, which they obviously don't make sodas anymore, but like a Funko Pop, like they could easily make one of him. He, I'm sure, would sign off on that, unless he doesn't want it for some reason. But like, what do you guys think is the reason? Because it's kind of interesting. Like we probably would have thought about this even if he never had a Youtooz. But the fact that you see another Youtooz version coming out of him, it's like clearly like they'll do a figure of him. Why not? Why is Funko not doing this?
Yeah, I think it's absolutely insane. I think Funko should be copying Youtooz in general, because one thing Youtooz has done that they're a little bit known for is making content creator collectibles, whether it's in the Twitch space. Obviously, we've gotten a few other, like Blake has gotten, he got a plush, and he's a big Funko creator, but he never got a figure, but he still got a plush. Like,
did they make a ninja one?
They've made a ninja one.
Right? They made a ninja Funko Pop.
Oh, they did do a ninja Funko Pop. Oh my god.
Yeah. So it's funny you bring that up though. But for whatever reason, Funko hasn't leaned into this, and I'm not sure if, like, Ninja's, I guess, a whole different type of creator. I mean, might as well be a celebrity, but I think Funko's doing them disjustice. It'd be easy money to make some of these creators, because creators like to support creators, whether it's genuine or not. I mean, the amount of people who were sharing on their socials they pre-ordered and took a screenshot of that top Pops Youtooz is insane. Funko should be doing that. Like, I'm happy you brought that up, Migs. I mean, it was obviously something we were going to talk about. Just dumb. Even if they did it the pre-order, which is interesting. That's what, I don't know if it was this way in the past, because I don't have the original Top Pops, but the new one is a pre-order. You have like basically a month to order it, and they're done. Which I like that model. Obviously, Funko's been doing that for some things. But there's no way Tristan doesn't want one. I mean, but Funko has to have their head examined for not doing it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree that I'm surprised that they haven't done it either, especially, or even like a pre-order. Or, now this may be far-fetched or whatever, but remember when there used to be the Canadian Comic-Con?
Yep.
Why did they ever make one, like a limited piece, 1,000 pieces?
That'd be amazing.
I think they should have done that. Very missed opportunities, even back in the day when they had those. It was very well known then.
Yeah. It's silly. Quite frankly, Youtooz has made them look bad, in my opinion. It's almost just like now they're gonna make, like, if they were to make one, I feel like it's too late. Yeah. They should have been the first ones to do it. You legitimately have, obviously Tristan collects everything, but I actually find it to be comical that, for all intents and purposes, this new one that came out, which I think is super cool, he's toy hunting, because they're, sure as hell I'm not going to say Funko, but as if he's going after Youtooz when we all know his main collection is Funko Pops. It's just kind of, I don't know, we're living in a simulation here with this one. It's just kind of, it's piss poor on Funko's part, the more I think about it.
Yeah, and like I said, even if Youtooz never made one, it still should be a topic that we should be like wondering, why hasn't Funko tried to figure out this way of being like, hey, I mean, and the thing is, it's not like he's just a big person out there that Funko doesn't know. They know who he is. He's been in their events.
They love him.
He knows the CEOs. He knows like he's hung with them. Like, they clearly know who he is in that aspect, and he has somewhat kind of collabed with them. So it's like, it makes sense. It'd be different if it was just literally a big channel out there that never contacted them and just happens to be a big name in the world community of Funko. Maybe that would be okay for them to like not understand or figure it out. But it's like, dude, this is like massive. And the thing is, like, he's loved for the most part by a lot of people, I would say, right? The majority of people like either or think he's cool or think for support him or whatever, or know who he is. That if a Funko Pop came out, like it's gonna sell. Like it would be definitely a big deal, and it would be something like you said, others creators would be able to kind of support, and it would be great for them to have like a creator line.
Yes.
Like it should be where it says Funko on the top, Pop, and then like creators.
Yeah.
And it can be like big name ones that, you know, have had communication with them or they know about them or whatever it is, and kind of go from there. But then I guess that kind of goes into like, oh, who falls into this and who doesn't, who's going to feel butthurt and who's whatever.
That's part of the reason why I feel like they don't do it.
Yeah, which makes sense. But I feel like if he was the only one they did, I don't think people would think that.
Agreed.
I don't think people are going out there like, oh wow, you made one of Top Pops. Why wouldn't you make one of me?
He's the only
I have
creator
30,000. He has 500 million, whatever. But you know, I'm the same. Like, come on, like, we would know that shouldn't be a conversation.
I completely agree with you. He's like, going off that, he's like the one Funko YouTuber still in existence that like no one touches him. There's people that I may like better, but Tristan is at the top of his game at all times. He's been doing it forever. He, I mean, is the like he is making Funko money. Quite frankly, there are certain he is the only true Funko influencer in my opinion. But basically anything he says, if you know, are part of quote unquote his hardcore fandom, they're gonna do what he says. Hence why Funko has partnered with him now. So show the kid a little bit of love and give him his own Funko Pop, because the pop yourselves just don't cut it.
Yeah, I mean, come on. It's just any of us could do that. Come on. Needs at least a real box.
I mean, I would buy the Funko Pop. Like,
no, yeah, of course. That's like
you can even do like a private signing too. You can, they can fly him out. Yeah.
I mean, it'd be massive. I mean, it really would be massive. I mean, I just don't get why they have it. Maybe it's something that's in the works. I don't know. It just seems a little too late. And then especially when we see him come out with other Youtooz, you're like, oh, well, you know, clearly, unless he has some kind of
contract
with them or something. I don't know. Maybe.
I doubt it. I truly think, Migs, what you said is kind of probably part of it. They don't want to open up the can of worms, but he should be an exception.
Yeah. If it's like the creator thing where they pick more people, I could see that being a little bit of an issue. But like, come on, at least him. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Be somebody,
or at least start off right, and then somebody eventually, other influencers will come around to get close to his level where they, you know, interact with him, have him do stuff like at the cons where they have him walk through. They've done stuff with him. I mean, because there's nobody else that does it yet. I mean, you do have, you know, Drop. You know, they, you know, select certain influencers, right? But that's still really not Funko. Like, Funko needs to probably start keeping an eye out, or I'm sure they are now. But I mean, at the end of the day, nobody's close to Tristan.
No,
I mean, there's a few.
There would be a pretty cool Drop, like a content creator NFT line.
That would make some people butthurt though.
Yeah, I would, but who cares? You know what? You make Tristan the Grail. We get a Sidekick Inc. as a legendary, and
Wasatch is legendary.
Collector Chatter 3-pack.
Collector Chatter 3-pack.
There you go.
As a Grail. Yeah.
The Ultra will be the Ultra.
The Ultra, yeah, there you go. Figure it out. The Mythic pack.
Yeah.
Guaranteed a 3-pack of us. Beautiful. But yeah, I mean, that's just an interesting thing. I'm surprised we've never really brought that up in the past, but like this definitely made us think of it, because obviously it came out with another product. But yeah, Funko figured it out. But besides Funko, Youtooz, congratulations, great job. You guys are definitely killing it.
Those are awesome.
You're smart. Great job. But we'll transition over. Speaking of smart, maybe not so smart, we're gonna transition over to the other hot company in the game. That's Thrilljoy. So you guys all know Thrilljoy loves coming up with blogs, and you know, every time they have a blog, we love talking about it. We like breaking it down. We like picking apart all their words. It's kind of what we do here. But this one actually has a little bit of a reason for why we should really look into it, because they even said at the end of it that there is some Easter eggs in this post. So we're going to kind of break it down what we think it is, along with obviously telling you the kind of main news that they're basically talking about. And it's specifically the 2025 New Year's blue, which we did mention.
Yeah. We
none of
broke
us
that
were really
news.
big fans of it. It was 2025 piece, and then there was a chase, and then the Ultra chase, and it was like, it's a pre-order, so you're not even going to get it until almost 2026 probably. Who knows?
Which is wild though, because I didn't realize it is a pre-order, but it's not like how Funko does a pre-order. They're just basically telling you this is not gonna come out until this date. Like when it first happened, I thought they were gonna do like a, hopefully they could get to the 2025 amount pre-orders, which we all know that's not happening.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is probably going to be sitting at like 2026 is going to come around. It's like you could still get the 2025
Yeah, I would hope
blue.
that it comes out. Well, yeah, it's still on their site, obviously. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's a pre-order as in how we pre-order Pops from a retailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. But yeah, like to go into the blog a little bit, obviously we're talking about, the new year. They just launched this, I think this came out on New Year's Eve. They launched obviously this new blue, and they want to talk about it a little bit. But a couple things that they specifically say is there's a couple like twists to this drop. And it is that they're saying we're inviting you to buddy up with blue for the next 25 hours. So obviously this ended, but the deal was if you grabbed the 2025 blue and you got anything else on their site, then you would get a $25 coupon for like a future purchase. So they're trying to incentivize you to obviously spend more money, get something else, and then we'll toss you this, future thing. And then they do the shipping thing again. If you spend $200, you'll get free shipping.
The low price of $200.
Yeah, which is kind of nuts. But what was interesting though is that they did say is if you do spend the $200 and get the free shipping, you're technically getting shipping free twice. Technically, because the blue is a pre-order, whatever you also ordered would be shipped normally and it would be free.
Yeah,
but then the blue when it's shipped out would be free, which is like whatever, who cares? Like just because I'm getting two separate orders, I shouldn't have to pay separate shipping anyways. But
agreed.
They wanted to make it like, hey, you're getting another you're saving another $40. But yeah, it's kind of a lot of weird stuff that they're going back and forth in. And then the only other thing that I did want to bring up specifically, and then you guys could dig into what you think they meant by some of the other stuff, is that they did announce also that on January 24th is when they're going to announce the newest wave, their new drop. Which, if it's based off of New York Comic Con like list that we saw of like that stuff that they actually said was coming out, it would be like that MTV drop, maybe. Yeah, I think. Which I don't know if that's going to be super popular, but I guess we'll see. But what do you guys think about this and kind of digging into some stuff? Because they also kind of bolded a couple words. And another one was one of one, snagging a one of one, which we don't really talk about one of ones with them really.
No.
The buddy up with blue. So I know there's a lot of stuff hinting towards that. But I don't know what you think.
Yeah, I mean, I think the first clue definitely with the buddy up with blue is the big one, and that we're going to be getting a new Thrilljoy like created character. Legitimately like a buddy for blue, which we all know is coming because Brian actually mentioned that would be happening in New York Comic Con, but there's been no leaks of that. There's been no prototypes. We've seen absolutely nothing. I think that's a good move for Thrilljoy. Kind of create some more characters, got people pumped about that because I still think people are excited about the blues in general. I just wish we've gotten more, and I don't think the second blue that we should have gotten was a New Year's one, even though I'm not as like, I don't hate that as much as like Migs probably does, but I mean, I didn't order it, so that shows you I didn't love it. But I also agree with you. I think the next line is definitely going to be the MTV one, which, I would love to know what's going on behind the scenes. Like, are they nervous about the sales? How do they think they're doing? Are they happy? At the end of the day, I know Brian's mission is to make cool shit for fans. Obviously he wants to make money. It's a business, but he's kind of being a little more loose with it. But I agree with you, Migs. Like, I don't think no one's going to want this drop. Like, it's not. I mean, we saw with the NFTs, they actually didn't do very well when they did the Dario ones, and that is one of the lines that was coming with Beavis and Butthead and Flux. I think that's way too niche. And yeah, nothing against any of the people who are hardcore fans of those shows. I feel it's gonna be another loss for Thrilljoy, which kind of sucks. I think we talked about this last episode, so I don't want to bring it up again, but like they need to figure something out quickly, pivot to get like people amped about this again, because I haven't even really thinking about Thrilljoy, if I'm being honest. I mean, I went from being like so hard on them to hard in like a positive way, to yeah,
to flaccid, real fast.
the flaccid. I mean, to not. I mean, being disappointed with the t-shirts, the issues with shipping, and then, if I'm being honest, I thought about Thrilljoy maybe with this almost worked on me, because I've been like super obsessed with I love season 2 of Squid Game. I know some people don't like it as much as the first one. I like it better, and it made me want to maybe get that Pix and try to get the chase, because I think the chase of that is sick, because we've never gotten like the piggy bank even in a Funko form.
Yeah,
but I didn't get it. But that was like the only time I've like thought about it. And then like the new drops that are coming, I don't know the next time I'm going to get something from Thrilljoy, which is crazy. Go back to October, I was just like Thrilljoy. It's wild. It's wild how the world works.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, Trey?
Honestly, I didn't even read the blog. I mean, I'm just kind of going off what y'all said. I was kind of going through it briefly. I would say I'm probably done with Thrilljoy. I really don't ever go on there. I mean, unless the Ninja Turtles come out, but Buddy Up with Blue does not sound like TMNT or Cowabunga. So, like, to me, that's just like, okay, sounds like I'm saving some money. I don't need the free shipping or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, like you were saying, if it is the MTV one, that is very like niche. Like I did watch Daria, I did watch Beavis and Butthead as growing up, but like
same.
It's just like it's like even with Funko Pops. Like I like Sonic. Like that's one thing, right? I know there's a huge fandom of a lot of fans of Sonic. Like I grew up watching Sonic before school every Saturday and Sunday. Like at 6 o'clock in the morning, I'd wake up to watch them. Whatever. And like I grew up with it. That was like my shit. But then like now I'm just like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? Like it's to me, for me, it's like I like it. I don't need it. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you. The one thing that Thrilljoy needs to get a license for, which we talked about before, that I will be buying every single Pix, is if they get Nintendo. So Brian, get Nintendo, you're going to make it a ton of money.
Yeah.
Dude, if
you put a one up on other companies that don't have it, like Funko, obviously.
It will one up on everything, because it'll be insane. But part of me is really thinking he's not going to be able to get it, because it's wild. I was just thinking about this before, because Nintendo is so particular on how their characters look, which I am assuming that's why they've never gone to Funko Pop.
Yeah.
My son is right now super into Mario, and a bunch of presents he got were Nintendo Lego. And I was just thinking about, there are no minifigs in any of the Mario line. You build all the characters. You build Yoshi, you build Mario, you build Luigi, you build Peach. Like, it's interesting. They just had recently come out. It's the first time, I think, and people let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. They just came out with a Zelda set, which I really want, but it's a big one. It's like $300. They have minifigs. I think it's the first Nintendo property to have minifigs. And even though Zelda's huge, it's not Mario. And it makes me think, like, even if I don't know what he could really do to get them to let him have them, unless he legitimately makes it look exactly how they look in action figures, because it looks like it does in the video game, which then makes it not a Thrilljoy character. Sorry to go off on a Nintendo tangent. It just got me thinking, like, what I think that would bring them to a whole new level.
Yeah. I think if it came down to that, I think a Thrilljoy Pix could pull it off a lot more than a Funko Pop definitely could. So
yeah,
granted, they obviously have their own look and it's not exact, but like I could see a Mario in a Pix.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they can kind of figure out that look a little bit better. But yeah, it is interesting to see that's a line that obviously, you know, we know a lot of people want to get and they haven't been able to, and we know that he wants to get it as well. But it would definitely be like that one up on like Funko, like, hey, you guys never got it, and we were able to get it. But yeah, I mean, I think just overall, going back to like what you said about the whole buddy thing, obviously, if they make a new character, I think that would be cool to get somebody kind of to side with Blue as well, and like have that be a character that you can also get that maybe looks a little different, but is in a similar like realm of, you know, Yeti or whatever they're going to do. And then I think they got to figure out this Megapix thing, because I think that's holding them back. The fact that they haven't really been able to get these out there, because that was the ones that everyone was like, wow, these look amazing. And they were more of like a figure that we all kind of enjoyed more than this like display of a frame picture thing, which I think is what is turning some people off on Thrilljoy, rather than that super excitement in the beginning. Now they're kind of like over that look, and it's like, because of the space and whatever. So I don't know, it'll be interesting to see kind of what they do, because obviously off of this blog, they're kind of saying that, you know, big things are coming in 2025, that obviously maybe that new figure is going to be coming, the new wave that's going to be coming out, and then who knows, maybe it's a completely different one. Maybe they're not going with the MTV route, but we do know that
Harry Potter was another one that they were waiting on.
Well, yeah, those were like kind of the two that were like next up kind of a thing, besides the holiday and then the freaking hippo that came out. Like those were the only other ones that they talked about. So I would assume it's one of those because they had talked about it.
Agreed.
But, you know,
I would like if they had some surprises up their sleeves.
I mean, that'd be better if it was something completely different, but hopefully it's not something different. It's trash. I don't know.
And let us know in the comments what you want to see from Thrilljoy, because you know, weirdly enough, we've gained a lot of Thrilljoy. When we've been talking about Thrilljoy, we've gained a lot of new listeners because they like to hear us talk about Thrilljoy, which is interesting because, you know, we get comments all the time. Some of our biggest fans, like, they love Thrilljoy now, which we don't ever really think. We always are kind of like, oh, they're so big, but they take up so much space. But some people in the comments have been like, we like that about them because it's fresh and new.
Mm-hmm.
And like the thing I think Thrilljoy has going for them, but it doesn't mean dollars, is they're getting themselves a really hardcore, like passionate niche fan base. And I don't know how well that it will do for them in the long run. Yeah. Because I've even talked with some people in the comments. I still think they need another line. We all do. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think we'd all go bananas, even you, Trey, if Brian basically copied and made sodas again.
Yeah.
And if they were at like the soda price point,
yeah, for sure.
Figures basically look like soda figures.
Yeah. Or Dorbs, something like Dorbs. You know, that'd be cool too.
Yeah, which we kind of saw. Like, remember that small little box that one random person had? That was a small blue, and it wasn't as small as the ones we have.
Well, those are like the 5-star. It reminded me of the 5-star.
Like, where did that go?
Like, the 5-star.
That could have been cool.
Yeah.
That's all. That was definitely. I mean, I guess we'll see. We'll see going forward. But you did mention something, and you know, it's the biggest thing right now, Squid Game.
Yeah.
So we did want to talk about something more specific to Squid Game specifically, and kind of go into some interesting stuff on the Funko side of stuff, because there is there's a rumored list of some stuff that's going to be coming out, obviously for season 2, which we all know just dropped and was massive. We already know there's season 3 coming. So, you know, Squid Game was the biggest thing recently going into the new year because it came out on Netflix, obviously, the second season. Now, when the first season came out, it was obviously massive. One of the biggest shows on Netflix ever. Like, it was huge. And then Funko jumped on that. If you remember early on, Funko jumped on it right away because it was like, we were actually shocked that they had Pops officially out as fast as they did.
That's the first time they've ever done anything like that. For a show that just
came out. Yeah, it was like, I remember when that was early on in the episodes. You guys want to go way back. We talked about it at some point.
We were losing our minds.
Yeah, we were like, holy crap, this is crazy. How did this happen? Because it never did. They can't do it with anything. They can't do it with sports. They can't do it with other movies and shows. And like, they did it with this. And they took advantage of it. People got excited. It was big. They had a huge, pretty big wave. Pretty popular. Value wasn't too crazy, but it was just like fun and everyone was excited to get them.
Yeah.
And then fast forward a couple years, we get the NFT wave, which was kind of out of nowhere because it
Out of
was
nowhere.
obviously related to season 1. It was not timed right. I like the set. I have a few of them, and I
Same.
thought they were really cool, but it was really just mistimed in the hype. People were kind of dying out of that, weren't really into it as much. And then now we get a season 2, which would have been perfect time for that, right? And now, what are your thoughts with like how they're doing this? Because now other stuff's getting more popular and exciting again, but now we're gonna get more pops. So is that going to make it not as exciting? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I know we were talking about. I was saying this before. The first thing that they need to do is they need to figure out how to time stuff out better for their NFT lines. So, well, I'm going to start with that because even though we like those NFTs, because weirdly, me and Megs love Squid Game, but no one really wanted those. Those were kind of a laughing stock when they came out. They had very low value. They were one of the first sets to come out where like people were like, "Oh my god, these legendaries are so cheap," and it's like no one really wants them. It became one of those sets ultimately at the end. Tom was burned, yada yada. Once again, no one really cared about them. Now I've been seeing in the community, people want these. The prices are going up on the NFT pops, so they're harder to get. And it's just like, okay, even if they're based off of season 1, if these came out as like the December drop or a January drop, these would have been massive for Funko. They would have sold out instantly. That's my opinion. I think this would have been a sellout because everyone is so hyped on this. So that's my first thing. But now we've talked about this in the past with this new leak list. This is going to piss people off, though, who have the original Grail. The front man is one of the new pops that's coming out. Now, he's obviously still a main character, so I can see that being okay, but this mold better look completely different.
Maybe if mask in his hand, mask off kind of thing.
Yes, I mean, which then I would be fine with it. But if it is the same one, but it's like not, I'm pretty sure the Grail was metallic.
They all were.
Okay, yeah. So if it's just like a non-metallic version of that pop, like Funko needs to stop doing that. Even though it may make some people in the moment right now happy for the overall collecting world and to make this pop cool, like the frontman is actually like my favorite character in the show, and I do not like that I don't have that Funko Pop, but I'm not gonna be happy when they just come out with the same common one. Like, I've come full circle. We've talked about this in so many old episodes. I didn't mind when they came out with the new Funko Pops, if they reprinted one to give people a chance to get them. I'm like totally against that now. I'm actually mad I ever said I liked it. It really hurt Funko. It hurt the collecting world. I was very naive to that. And they need to stop it because it's not making them money. It's just pissing off their core fans. It's looking like in the leak list, though, most of the characters are going to be new and their new stuff, which is cool. And I'm excited. I haven't been buying Funko Pops, which is crazy for me to say. Even like I think about last episode when I couldn't even really come up with ones I loved so much for the last year. I will probably want a few of these just because like I've been hyped on this show. But so that's my Squid Game rant.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I know
Trey's
not like, Trey, you've never seen it, right? Like, I know you're not really.
Never seen it.
Yeah. You should definitely watch it. I have to. Did you have any of the redeemables, Charlie? Or no?
I have player 456 when he like his look after he wins.
That was
the only one I got. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is cool because that is special to the NFT line.
Yeah, which is true. I have one of the mass workers with the blood splatter, which was cool because it was metallic. It was blood splatter. It wasn't like the normal ones.
Yep.
And then I have the royalty, which is Freddy as the front man.
I'm pissed I don't have that.
Which we actually thought was kind of funny because they did come out with a regular front man, then they came out with Freddy with the front man, which he doesn't have the mask on. So like, what else could they do with the Pop? So yeah, I feel like it's going to be exactly like the original one, or it's going to be like the Freddy, but not Freddy. You know, it's just going to be the
That's
actual
probably
guy.
what it's going to be.
So it kind of just puts us back into, and I know, Trey, you don't really know much about Squid Game or anything like that, but you can definitely give your take when it comes to this part. Like, I just think it puts us back into the whole, like, Funko coming out with a cool NFT and then redoing it again, which we thought they were kind of done with that. And again, we don't know exactly what this looks like, but it just seems like that's what they're going to do. Granted, it is the second season, so hopefully they do change it up a little bit, because then I guess they can kind of get away with it. But if they go back to like just redoing stuff that was already supposed to be more exclusive as a redeemable, it's just kind of annoying at this point. And I just really hope they don't. But yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts with that specifically, Trey? Because I know that has happened in the past. I know we weren't fans of it, but I thought it was over.
Yeah, that's kind of weird that I don't like that they do. You know, what was the other one that they did that too? Or it was
Power
like
Rangers.
Buddy, right? Was Buddy one of them? Where he was in the big moment, and then
they made that the Grail.
Yeah, it's very. It sucks for like the collectors, like that want these, and they're very limited, and then
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and then they come out with it again. That's very annoying. Yeah, that definitely does suck. But I do see like the leak list, and I did have a question, or like I don't know, maybe it says coming this week, January 8th, but then it says coming 2025, summer 2025.
So those Pops, it's just interesting, which now makes me definitely think this is. I didn't notice that in the beginning until you just said this. That Frontman Funko Pop is definitely the mold that we already have, because the summer 2025 ones are going to characters from the new season, where technically the Frontman is in both seasons the same person. Same with Player 456. They probably gave him a new haircut. So that is disappointing. To see that detail. I did not notice that detail.
That's very odd.
So you think it's going to be season 1, or you just think it's going to be like similar?
Yeah,
I'm assuming this has to be season 2.
No, what I'm saying, it has to be season 2. But let's be real, the Frontman season 1 look is the same for season 2.
Just the different.
You know what I mean?
You're just hoping for a different mold, not the same as like the Grail.
Yeah, it's always a different mold.
But what I'm trying to say is they're saying in this leak that this is coming out January 8th, meaning they've already made this Funko Pop, where all the other ones are the characters. They're specifically new characters from the new season. They haven't been made yet. So that would lead me to believe
the reason the mold or whatever.
Yes, they already have it to come out.
But then it goes against the fact that they came out with the Pops in the beginning super fast. They could have.
Didn't they have an error too? Because before it didn't say Squid Games. There's an error box.
It had a title, another title.
So they were Squid Games, and then they had the original name of what Funko, or not Funko, wow, of what they were going to name the show.
Something game?
No. But Migs, one thing that you're forgetting, I think, is they came out with them immediately to buy. They didn't come out for a long time in people's hands.
Was it? I don't think it was a long time.
It was like the show came out around the same time. Actually, I think it's identical to this. You could pre-order them and they came out of the summer.
But yeah, they had like pictures and like it was legit. Correct. It wasn't just like a list.
Totally.
Like,
it was totally legit. But actually that hurt. Because that's what hurt that line in general. Everyone wanted those immediately. People pre-ordered them, and then people who didn't pre-order them didn't really want them when they came out because it took way too long. The whole Squid Game
round 6. That's what.
Okay, round 6. Yeah. The whole Squid Game Funko partnership has just been an interesting one to me because they've never hit it quite right, and I don't blame the first go around on Funko because. What you said, Migs, like it was awesome that they saw this as popular. Like, we need to get on this. They showed people real glam shots and you can order them. People just didn't get them in the hands for a while. But then it also became a Funko Pop that went to Five and Below. It went to another thing that's crazy is like I look at when we were getting the box of fun Freddy Sodas were Squid Game characters.
Yep.
We got just Pops in them, and like those were the Pops that like people didn't want, which is funny. I feel like if they came out in the box of fun this summer, people would want them. It's just funny what timing and pop culture and like moments do. And Funko's normally not on the right end of that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree.
It's gonna be interesting. I mean, that's in a few days, so I guess we'll see what those look like, and then we'll have an idea of like,
I'll make a short about it.
It's gonna be a great one or not. But yeah, I mean, at least they're trying to jump on that hype train again, and this timing is, makes more sense than the NFT one for sure. That one's just one that was always a little odd when it came to the timing of it.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about this in like off air or anything, but I just saw it pop up, and I figured we might as well mention it. But I don't know if you guys saw that Funko is going to be at WonderCon this year.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, so March 28th to the 30th is WonderCon this year. So just kind of get you one, first con that they're going to be at. I think it seems like Emerald City is no longer really a thing for them anymore.
Yeah, which is
interesting. I thought WonderCon really wasn't either, but obviously they're still going to be doing that. So what does that mean? Are we going to get exclusives? Are they going to just have stuff at the booth? I don't know, but this will be kind of their first con of the new year after we've already kind of criticized a lot of their other conventions that they did last year. So it's going to be one to look out for. So that obviously is in a few months. It's more towards the spring, but I don't know if you guys have anything to say about that or what do you think?
I mean,
good, bad, what?
I just think it's going to be whatever.
I mean, WonderCon was never huge, anyways.
It was never huge, but we still got pumped about it, like
because they made sodas. It was all sodas. Remember?
They need Funko. I don't know, man. They need to rejuvenate themselves somehow.
I agree.
We still love, and like I hate to say it, like we still love Funko, but like they're making bad decisions. Like, not to change the topic, but did you all see how it's now rumored that the new One Piece Funko Shop exclusives are $20?
Yeah, I saw that.
And like that's, dude, they're price gouging now or price demanding popularity of their stuff.
Yeah,
people are gonna buy it.
People are gonna buy it, even though everyone in the comments was like, "This is the final straw. I'm done with Funko." But you're right, people are gonna buy it, which is why Funko can do it. But like, dude, I know they need to make money, but that's like super messed up. Like, I don't think we should live in a world where we are now doing this based off of the popularity of the collectible of the property.
Yeah,
I think that's super messed up of Funko, and Mike or Brian would never have done that, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, what do you guys think of that? Like,
I mean, I think it is a little crazy, but I just think it's just a good way it's going to be. It's going to be these super hyped exclusive stuff. So I think that's going to be the price point. There's been other stuff at that price point, so it's not like the first time. But it does, the fact that it's One Piece, we're getting two of them that they're showing this, it does kind of lend towards more like they're trying to just build off the hype and take advantage of whatever. But like, I can't like say anything negative in the sense of like blame because people are going to buy it. And if they don't buy it, they'll eventually go down in price and then someone will buy it afterwards anyway. So it's like, let them take this shot. People most likely are probably going to buy it because it's such a big hype with collecting, especially Funko. This little like One Piece like people out there, and they're going to do it. I mean, if that makes them more money, whatever, that's all it really, I think that's just all they're going to be doing all year. They're going to be doing stuff that's going to try to get them more money, and it is what it is. But we're not going to like it. But the good thing about it is we don't have to buy it if we don't want to. And other people can fall into that.
Very true. Because, I mean, at the beginning, even with sodas were cheap. And then they went up.
They all went up.
They all went up.
$18, bro, for a soda.
Yeah. And it's like, dude. And I'm sure that, I mean, that goes with anything, everybody wants to, obviously inflation or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it does suck because, as an older collector, it's like, man, I used to buy Pops at like $8, $10, and now it's like
it's crazy.
$15, $18, $20. Like, it's like, dude. And then, I don't know, I know it's been a rumor or it is true. Like, I hate the whole, because now PPG or whatever, Hobby DB, like, everybody's going to be like, oh, well, it's going to go off the sticker price or whatever. Like, if it's the special edition or the Funko Shop, like, is it going to continue to always be the Funko Shop, or are they going to change that? later down the line as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking like we're just getting Funko Shop, Funko Shop, Funko Shop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sucks. That sucks.
Yep. It is what it is. But I mean, if you guys are listening to this, obviously we had a lot of different things, a lot of our own little takes. Definitely feel free to let us know. Comment down below on your ideas of any of the stuff that we talked about. You know, whether it's the trading card stuff and the tops and WWE. You can go after WWE. Do we have any of those fans out there? We don't really talk about that much. So, because even on the Funko side, we didn't really bring it up as many times. And Trey would kind of do it here and there. But, you know, if you guys are fans, this is definitely the time. Let us know. Like, are you excited for that side of the Topps cards and stuff? And obviously, let us know the stuff about Top Pops. Like, shouldn't he be on a Funko Pop? Like, that just makes sense. I feel like the Thrilljoy news and the craziness of the blog. Let us know about that. Whatever you guys want to give your take on any of this stuff, definitely let us know in the comments. Make sure you're liking this video if you haven't already. And of course, subscribe to the channel. Mission here in 2025. We want to make good content for you guys. We definitely want to see the support from you guys. We appreciate it throughout the time that we've been doing this for sure. I don't know if there's anything else you guys wanted to bring up or anything. Otherwise,
one thing I just wanted to bring up, and Trey had said this last week to people in the comments, let us know what you want us to talk about. We actually got a message on Instagram from a fan who wants us to have a Pokemon episode. So we will do that. And we'll let you know when that will come. It may not be the next episode. But let us know, like, if there's certain things that you want us to talk about. We're still going to do our usual thing, but it would be fun to have some special episodes like that. I think we're going to have, and let us know if you like this. Obviously, we used to do it, and we haven't done it in a long time. The last time we obviously did it was when we had CJ Psychic Inc. on it, our episode, but we're going to maybe have some more guests. I know some people have reached out to us who want to be on the podcast. We've reached out to them. It's just kind of scheduling that. But like I said, just let us know. And we really appreciate your support with everything. But we want to change it up. That's why we started this episode off without cards. So I don't know, Trey, if there's anything you want to say.
No, yeah. I mean, Charlie kind of got me into the whole cards thing, so now I've been pretty invested in it. Obviously, especially with WWE. I think WWE is going to be like kind of like one of the focal points for me as far as this year, because Ninja Turtle stuff hasn't really been coming out. And I grew up watching wrestling as a kid, kind of watched it here and there, but within the last 8 years, I'm slowly transitioned to becoming more into it. And then now that I have access to watch it every Monday, I'm excited. And then it is John Cena's last year. I'll be honest, it's not, John Cena's not my favorite, but it is still cool to see, he did it for so long, and this is going to be a full year of him wrestling, full time. How he's going to be doing movies and wrestling. He's not going to be like that other jabroni, The Rock, that just leaves, comes back. He's actually wrestling. He's going to main event, pay-per-views. He's going to do everything his final year. What's in stake for him? I don't know. Maybe he'll beat the record of, 17 time, or is the record is 16-time world champion. I'm sure they might give him the 17 for the farewell, but who knows?
The question is, Trey, will you get the John Cena Funko Pop that they ultimately make for his farewell tour?
I probably will. I'll be honest. I don't know if I'll ever be able to see it, but yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool.
And then will you get the WWE picks when that comes from Thrilljoy?
We'll see if we can see any of their products anytime soon.
Let's see that.
All right, though. So with that being said, obviously, you know where to find us on Instagram at Collector Chatter, and then at Pop_Migs, at Collector_Charlie, and at STX_Collectibles. And if you're listening on podcast platforms, please follow us on there. Give us a rating. Shoot us some comments where you can. And if you want to come see all of our pretty faces and the visuals, come on over to YouTube and watch us over here. You can watch us on YouTube and listen to us on the podcast platforms. That's even better. But when you're here, like the video. If you could shoot us some comments and subscribe to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. yeah, we just want people to subscribe, but we do appreciate everyone who's coming to watch, and we're gonna keep doing this week on and week out. And with that being said, collecting is the way. Until the next episode, later, everyone.
Later.
So.